Coronation Street is lining up emotional Christmas scenes next week on the cobbles. Spoilers have revealed that Peter Barlow will bid a heartbreaking farewell to Weatherfield in sad scenes. Elsewhere, viewers are set for tear-jerking scenes as one character will return in a bittersweet moment. Also on the cobbles, the Rovers Return will finally reopen this Christmas, and the owners are a familiar face, while the hit ITV soap will air the arrival of a new character before the year ends, ahead of a major new storyline. Here's the biggest moments ahead on Corrie next week. Peter Barlow's heartbreaking final scenes. Peter will bid a heartbreaking farewell to Coronation Street in sad scenes at the end of this month. Chris Gascoigne is departing his role as Peter after 23 years in Weatherfield at the end of this year, with the ITV soap having now confirmed how he will leave the cobbles in just a matter of days' time. In an emotional episode, Carla Connor and Peter will look over their long relationship together before eventually deciding that they are better off apart. As they sit down for one more meal, will they be able to come to terms with what life looks like without each other? Peter will be seen heading out of the flat with a holdall, as Carla closely follows them behind. Touched by all that's happened, and surprised to see his whole family there, with the exception of Simon, Peter is overwhelmed. In scenes that will no doubt leave fans in tears, Peter will exchange an emotional farewell with each person before heading away, with one final promise to Ken that he will keep in touch with them. Character returns for emotional Christmas episode after teary exit. Coronation Street is set for tear-jerking scenes this Christmas, where one character will return in a bittersweet moment. Only recently, the hit ITV soap aired a heartbreaking exit for Bernie Winter, played by Jane Hazelgrove. Bernie was sentenced to 3 months in prison for handling stolen goods. Bernie had been shifting the stolen goods in a bid to help son Paul Foreman, who is dying from motor neurone disease, MND. Bernie had wanted to plead not guilty, but, due to police having photographic evidence, she was advised to instead plead guilty, which, in the end, resulted in her being sentenced to 3 months in prison and potentially missing her son Paul's last Christmas. In upcoming Christmas scenes, Paul and husband Billy Mayhew look forward to a peaceful Christmas day with a film and a bottle of fizz. However, Paul's twin sister, Gemma Winter, and her husband Chesney Brown are worried when she can't get hold of Paul. Fearing Paul might have had a fall, Chesney and Todd break down the door and get more than they bargained for upon gaining access to the flat. Meanwhile, back at Chesney and Gemma's, Bernie makes a sweet return as she video calls the family from prison. Together, in bittersweet scenes, they sing Away in a Manger. Rovers Return's new owners revealed, and it's a familiar face. The Rovers Return will finally reopen on Coronation Street this Christmas, and the owners are a familiar face. There had been much speculation about the future of the iconic pub on the cobbles when it was shut down for refurbishments. Unable to make ends meet, landlord Jenny had no choice but to give the pub back. It changed hands several times before it ended up being closed down for refurbishment, with fears it may never come back. Spoilers for next week confirm that the Rovers is finally reopened and we now know who the new owners are. Whilst it had been unsure who, if anyone, would be able to take over, it will all be confirmed during the Christmas week. In upcoming scenes, Jenny tells Daisy that their bid for the Rovers was accepted, and the pair start to celebrate their new acquisition. Excited for the future, the pair head to the cafe to discuss their upcoming reopening. Daniel heads over to chat with Daisy and she is hopeful that he might want to get back with her, whilst Daisy also discusses with Jenny about her conversation with Waterfords. They agree they can reopen the pub for New Year's Eve and Jenny is thrilled. DNA bombshell as new arrival with link to another character makes debut. Coronation Street will air the arrival of a new character before the year ends, ahead of a major new storyline. Christmas spoilers reveal one current resident will be left shocked by the arrival of a family member they never knew existed. A DNA bombshell rocks the resident in question, and soon a past character is making contact too. Carla will learn she has a secret nephew, when new character Bobby, played by Jack Carroll, arrives and reveals he is the son of her killer brother Rob Donovan. Just as Carla is dealing with her heartbreak after her split from Peter, who is leaving the show, Bobby shows up and drops the news they are related. He delivers a sob story, only for his dad to make contact with sister Carla and reveal what's going on. Carla tells him he can stay with her for a few weeks, but she soon realizes he could be sticking around when his possessions are dumped on the street via a delivery van courtesy of Bobby's mother. Carla is annoyed but realizes she can't leave him without anywhere to stay, leading to stepson Simon Barlow offering up his room. But Bobby is soon causing trouble, leaving Carla unimpressed. Coronation Street airs Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and ITVX.